Dear Reddit, how many of you begin to type responses to a thread, only to delete everything you said and move on? Why? So many times. Sometimes it's because I realize I don't care enough to deal with the potential response. Sometimes it's because I realize my 2 cents really isn't worth leaving. Sometimes it's because it's not worth risking that I become the target of someone with infinite time, and nothing to lose. Because I didn't want to deal with people attacking my point of view, or simply because I changed my mind about responding. Reddit as a whole can be frustratingly argumentative over the most pedantic shit. And when I start writing something, I often write and rewrite a comment because I feel like something will be taken wrong or someone will attack what I end up posting. Like right now, that first paragraph underwent multiple rewrites, and by the time I get to this second paragraph I start to feel like what I'm writing isn't making sense, like is this sentence too long? There, I put in a question mark. That'll end that. By the time I get to the last paragraph I feel like I've not said anything at all, and I'll often just say fuck it and bail on the whole thing. A lot of the time I'll have something to say, but then I think to myself about it and decide either it's not worth typing up or it's irrelevant at this point. Fairly often, honestly, I get midway through typing a paragraph and I realize that I am a boring person and that my answer could not in any way, shape, or form be interesting to read. Legit almost did it here. Because I realize this is Reddit and I'll probably have to justify and back up everything I said, even though it was probably just a throwaway comment, and I just don't have the time or inclination to do that. Usually it's because I'm trying to write a joke response, but I can't get the wording quite the way I want it, and somewhere around the 15th draft I think imaginary internet points, whatever, and just give up. Every time I see this question posted, I wish to come in and find 0 responses. Nobody is going to read it or respond, so why bother? Edit, thank you for the gold. Anxiety. Sometimes I get halfway through and I start typing stuff because I want to add to the conversation, then I start to think that it's not important/interesting enough and never send it. Anytime I start doing this after writing out an aggressive post, I just end up realizing, nope, not worth the time and effort. They can believe what they want. All the time? I intend to post it, but at the end I'm like, do I really want to spend my day getting worked up and arguing with a stranger for the rest of the day? At the end they won't change their mind and I'll be mad. So what's the point? Sometimes the writing is cathartic. All the time because I think I care, but then I'm like, no, I don't think I will. Edit on this thread blew up and I feel like prom queen. One of 2 reasons, generally. The thread already has 1,000+ posts, and it's probably just gonna get lost anyway, or right or not, I realize it probably won't result in much of a constructive conversation with the person/post I'm replying to, so I just save myself the hassle, as well as waste other people's time reading it. Sometimes I do too anyway, but I try not to. Because of my anxiety. English is not my main language, so I always think that people are going to make fun of me. 8 times out of 10 I'd say. Sometimes by the time I finish writing I have gone off topic or overshared, or I just decided I don't actually want people to see what I would have posted, BC it's personal or something. Sometimes I just decide I just don't care enough to finish typing, and so I just stop and discard. I occasionally do that while talking too. I don't want to hurt the ops' feelings. I don't want people to misconstrue my point of view. I don't want other people to gang up on me. I don't want to post identifying information. I don't feel that I am informed enough to post on a particular topic. Not often. But sometimes. It's because I discover only as I'm typing that I either A, don't care enough to finish, or B, didn't have anything as relevant or funny to say as I may have thought prior to typing. I almost didn't finish this one. I'm shy, even on the internet. I do a lot of the time. You'll see something I disagree with perhaps, or some moron in another comment I feel should be corrected, but a lot of the time I honestly just give up, because I don't have the energy to deal with idiots in my life anymore. Edit, never mind. A lot. I tend to overshare, and kinda give too many personal stories. I realize 90% of the time people gafe and it doesn't help lol. I was kind of hoping that this post would be empty, but with tons of upvotes. Because I'm in the upside down and most posts are 6 to 8 hours old, upside down face, I still sort by best. Anxiety and extreme rumination. Because the thread's like 6 hours old and I think no one will care. Because if your comment doesn't get turned into a chain of puns or some other kind of metameme, people are assholes who will argue about fucking anything. Yes, I know how that reads. Almost deleted this, but clicking comment. Cause people downvote what they don't understand, and most of Reddit is too lazy to ask what the person means, so they just downvote. No one actually holds conversation without being biased or triggered, and no one accepts actual facts anymore. There is only a couple subs I will actually comment because most are just a circle jerk of retards. I do it if I feel like what I'm going to say is too controversial. Because I usually realize that someone else has probably said, or that what I'm saying doesn't really add to the discussion in any way. I have done this because I decided that the story I was going to tell is my own special memory, and it feels more special if I don't share it widely. I wouldn't want something so meaningful to me to wind up on a thrown together BuzzFeed article, for example. English is not my first language, and sometimes I think what I am writing doesn't really make sense and someone is going to make fun of any grammar or spelling mistake. It's probably going to get little attention, and embarrass me when I look through my profile and see stuff with 1 point. Here's hoping that'll change. Fear of getting downvoted to hell. You see, it's questions like these where people will upvote the post and maybe the top comment, but honestly, who is going to look for a second or third response, let alone sort by new? Sometimes doesn't worth it. Because I'm late to respond, and know I'll waste my time, and no one will read it. Kinda wanted to delete this one too. I am subscribed to r/venting and I like to support as many people as I can. Just today I read a post from a teen who is self-harming and wants her parents to get her help. I myself was a self-harming teen and I want to support people in the way that I needed support. I started typing a response aiming to empathize and tell her to ask for what she needs rather than wait and hope for her parents to notice and take action. But teens tend to make excuses as to why they can't do or say things to their parents. I did the same, so I understand it. But I just couldn't finish the message knowing my effort would not have any positive effect. I find myself in this situation often. I want to help, I want to encourage, I want to love. But when it comes to teens, I just don't know how to help yet. I think of all the ways it could be misinterpreted, or the tone isn't exactly what I want and I just lose steam trying to get it right. Or, I just can't quickly enough figure out a way to get my thoughts into words in general.